Course of Language Form and Functions. Task-Based Approach. Paola Andrea Melo Chacón. Universidad Nacional Abierta de Distancia, UNAD. Task 1. My self-introduction. My name is Paola Andrea Melo Chacón. I'm 25 years old and I live in Ocaña. In fact, I live in the downtown. I live with my parents because recently I separated from my husband, but I don't have any children. I feel so excited in this process because I'm gonna learn many things and my knowledge will increase. It's very important for me this stage of my career because we need to improve our speech and writing skill. I live to Ciudad Ocaña and I'm starting the 5th semester in this year as an English degree as a foreign language teaching. An introduction to linguistic and language studies. How to compare the quotation from Wallace Sheriff at the beginning of the chapter with the purpose of linguistics. The way to compare the quotation with the purpose of linguistics is about how to use a variety of methods of analyzing language in order to illuminate many different aspects of language, how we acquire it, how and why we pronounce it the way we do, how we string words together to make meaning, how we understand the meaning, how and why we are effective in using language for communication, in some situations but perhaps not in others, how and why it changes when language disappears and if we can prevent a complete loss. The second question is, why do you think some people approach the study of linguistics with apprehensiveness? Is this your case? Explain. Often, people approach the study of linguistics with a feeling of great await or fear, perhaps because they feel that the terminology is difficult. Linguistic work is about describing language, not about prescribing what people should do. Linguistics must have a solid formation in grammar, which is conceived either as a set of rules governing the possible combination of the fundamental linguistic elements, and which produce first the phrase and then the discourse, either as a system of principles that enable sets of rules with their own identity that give rise to each of the known languages. For that reason, the people normally is interested of the superficial way. The question third is linguistics about correctness in language use? Yes, it is because it's the scientific discipline that investigates the origin, evolution, and structure of language in order to deduce the laws that govern languages. Thus, linguistics studies the fundamental structures of human language, its variation throughout all language families, and the conditions that make it possible to understand and communicate throughout the natural language. Like all science, linguistics has its own theoretical proposals, methods of analysis, and domains of study. However, linguistics is a multidisciplinary science characterized by a great deal of epistemological richness when dealing with the phenomenon of language. The question 4. What are the names of the greatest contributors to linguistic file? How would you label each of them? One of them is Ferdinand de Saussure. Ferdinand de Saussure, a Swiss linguist widely considered to be the father of modern linguistics, brought about a change in the field. Several of Saussure's revelations about the nature of language revolutionized the way that this object of inquiry was viewed, and thus have had a profound impact on language study up to this day. Saussure viewed language as a system of science which consists of two parts, science and science. The other contributors is Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky's work in linguistics was both a reaction against certain theories about language and an ascent of other perspectives at the same time. In Chomsky's view, adequate for descriptions of phonemes, morphemes, and cluster constituents. Chomsky linguistics is considered a revolution against the behavioral view of language. For Chomsky, actual language use or performance is only the tip of the iceberg of linguistic competence, or the underlying mental process which we carry out in our production of language. Michael Halliday is other contributors to linguistics file became interested in the study of language because of his own experiences, first learning and then later teaching Chinese. Thus, he set about developing a description of language and its working, which formed the basis for systemic functional linguistics. Halliday was commissioned to create methods and materials to help much-needed school-based literacy programs in England. A key term in Halliday's stories is that of register. Register refers to the linguistic choices made in given contexts of situation. In a particular situational context, people will tend to make meanings appropriate to the situation through appropriate lexico-grammatical choices. Thank you for your attention.